Vedantasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkrupatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna, thank you all for joining in the Wednesday session.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all. So have you all read the question number 69?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, who all have read? Please raise their hand. Two. Only 3 people? Okay, nice. 6 to 7. Kritika Mataji, can you spotlight me? I made you co-host.
Ha, sure, Prabhuji.
Okay, so fine. Better than last time. Actually, last time, I think none of you have read the question. And we had to repeat the question and answer.
I read the last time question also.
Okay, you read. Very nice. Only one person.
But last time I read.
Okay, nice. So, okay, so if you have all read the question, so shall we take the questions or you want me to explain?
Prabhuji, I only read the question, not the answer. Today.
I too partially read the answer, Prabhuji, but have some clarification on lack of knowledge and that.
Why you are not following a simple instruction of read the question and answer, then come to the class? So shall I consider that you are intentionally ignoring the instruction?
No, Prabhuji.
No, not like that, Prabhuji.
Then,
sorry. No, the thing is, I read through it, but I just skimmed it, Prabhuji, and I have some clarifications on that last point, lack of knowledge.
okay.
I read till loneliness. After that, I didn't read because I was about to complete my Leelamrit today, 4 volumes, so I'm busy in that. Sorry, Prabhuji.
So
Some quotes I'm unable to clarify that I couldn't understand.
yeah, you couldn't understand, that is okay. But if you are not reading at all, then it is a problem. Okay. So if you don't read, what will happen is we have to spend a lot of time only in reading. Okay. So to avoid that, I wanted you all to come prepared. And if you read it properly, then you can have proper follow-up questions. Otherwise, what will happen is we might have to repeat the same things again and again. And it will be like more time taking process. So next time, better you all come prepared by reading the question. That is why I'm sharing at least 2 days before which question, so that you can take out 10 minutes time and you can read out. Okay.
Sure, Prabhuji. Sorry for this time.
Yeah.
Sure, Prabhuji. We will read completely. I just read once, but did not read like with complete attention, Prabhuji. That's why I got some silly doubts. But we'll read it properly from next time, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I just need a clarity that we are taking the follow-up questions related to that question, or we are discussing the solution, the answer which you have already given?
Both. Like if you have clarity about what I have shared, then you can implement. But once you read, you might have some questions how to implement this or how to take this answer in what context. So in that relation, you can ask me questions also.
Okay, okay. Sure, bro.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I'll just do the screen share. So we'll go through the question. Okay, can you all see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So okay, so this is the question. 69. So can someone read the question? Yeah, Kritika Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Why people tend to act or adopt their friends' attitude and behavior while they don't accept the fact that they are actually gaining a lot of bad qualities from them? They try to defend for their friends, and how can we stay with our friends but not adopting to any bad things? Is it possible, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Okay, so this was the question. Actually, we all of us have, because we can see people who are not able to give up their bad habits. And sometimes we also cannot give up our friends and we want to stay immune, right? So when we talk about association, this question is very important. We talk about always be in devotees association, okay, give up the bad association, etc. So this question will give us more clarity. Okay, so can someone read the first point, loneliness? Yeah, Seema Mataji or Lata Mataji, anyone?
Prabhuji, I'm in kitchen, so there's a lot of disturbance.
Okay, Lata Mataji?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Can you hear? Actually, the
Yes,
network
yes,
is not.
we can hear clearly.
Uh, Let us try to answer this with an acronym LLL. The first one is loneliness. Deep inside, we are all alone. Krishna is there with us as super soul, but we cannot have the experience of his presence until we reach to a certain level of devotion. In general, we all look for someone who can understand us and share our pains and pleasures. By nature, we are all social animals, or in a decent way, we can say social beings. We need people, we need friendship, we need relationships. Also, alone, we cannot survive. Unfortunately, many people do not have any good friends with whom they can share their heart. Many people end up their life without having one single friend on whom they can depend for their mental and emotional needs. It sounds strange, but it is true. In a way, in this Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to find a cultured, virtuous, and affectionate friend. If you have anyone like that, then you must know that you are very, very, very lucky. So, most of the people get persons with the bad habits as their close or best friends. Sometimes the bad habits only get them together. Many times, people take up bad habits such as smoking, drinking, gaming, etc., and mirror attitudes such as careless, arrogance, aimless, irresponsible, etc., only to stay with a group of people as they find no other shelter for their emotions and feelings. This adoption of habits and attitude is very natural. It is being said that you are the average of the 5 people with whom you spend the most of your time. This is a quote attributed most of often to a motivational speaker, Jim Rohn. There is also the quote, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Whichever you have heard, the intent is the same. In association, two things will happen: exchange of desires and adoption of similar habits or lifestyle. In devotion, we say, be in devotees association always, because their association changes our desires from material to spiritual. We give up our bad habits, lifestyle of living on the bodily platform and try to live on the spiritual platform.
Got the clarity or any follow-up question in that?
Yeah, this is pretty clear. For me, the question itself is a question because it is spoken only about friendship. My question is if it happens with our relations.
Mm.
So
No,
that
no.
is
Even relationship also. We need friendship. We need relationships, and we have some avoidable relationships, and we have some
no, with our
unavoidable
own family
relationships.
members, Prabhuji.
Yeah, those are unavoidable relationships,
Yeah.
right? So this question, the context of this question is why someone is not able to give up their habits, or why someone is not able to give up the association of those who have bad habits. Okay, so if you are talking about someone who is a relative or who's a family member who is staying with us, okay, so we cannot give up. That is one reason, okay, because they have to be with us for a long time. But this question gives you an approach of how to handle that person or how to see that person. So when I spoke about this first point, loneliness, so whenever someone has a bad habit or whenever someone has a bad association, we just criticize them. You know, you have bad friends, you have bad qualities, you are just becoming very bad, you are just spoiling your life, you are becoming irresponsible. So much of criticism, so much of class we will give to them without understanding that they are actually very lonely. Okay, some of us are actually having good friends, but many of the people are not having any good friends over there. And wherever they go, if they get rejected, then the last option will be for them is to choose someone even if he has some bad habits. So they were like, okay, fine, this person may have bad habits, etc., but I don't have any friend right now to share anything with my feelings or emotions. So let me take up that. So people will take up the risk to be with bad people only because they have some emotional dependence, some feelings they can share openly. So when we are talking to anyone who have bad habits or who has bad association, we should see that first thing, okay, they are lonely. That is why they are taking this risk of associating with those who are they are not supposed to get associated with. So can we give them the shelter? Okay, can we actually give them the friendship or uh, the need what they are getting fulfilled from others? Can we fulfill their need? So if we go in this particular way, what will happen is rather than just criticizing the person, we can start understanding the person. And then what will happen is slowly they might give up their habits or slowly they might give up their association. So most of us are not offering any solution or any helping hand to the people who have bad association or bad habits. Only thing we are doing is we are trying to just criticize. Even if we are trying to offer help, we are going in a very criticizing way. Okay, we are not going in a understanding way, but we are going in a very judgmental way. Because of that, they won't listen to us. They will feel like, Array, rather than listening to this moral classes from this person, I better be with those people who have bad habits. They might have bad habits, but they are not bad people. That is what the feeling they have. So, uh, yeah. So, in this also, any follow-up question right now? Because only about this, we have
Prabhuji,
further answer.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Hmm.
What if the person is, I mean, if the other person realizes that, yes, the person is mingling with a bad habit, with a bad habitual person,
Hmm.
but the person is not opening up to why is he really getting into such bad habitual, why is he keeping his company or her company with a
Hmm.
bad habitual person? He's
Yeah.
not trying to open up. So how does a person understand from where is
Yeah.
the shortcoming coming, or where is the what are the loopholes of that person that he is trying to get only into some
Hmm.
sort of a relationship with a bad habitual person?
Correct. So not everyone will open up with us, okay, unless we give them proper comfort and space. And that doesn't happen overnight. Maybe for few days or few weeks or few months, we have to give them an assurance that, you know, you can open up your heart in front of me. Because today we see that whenever we share something very deep inside us with someone, there is a risk that they might utilize this information and they might exploit. So that is why people, even all of us, have a fear that we should not open up our heart in front of everyone. Only those who are trustworthy, we will open up our heart. So similarly, those people who are having this problem or who have this association, they want to open up, they want to get away with the things, but only thing is they are not finding people with whom they can share. And if we have some people in our family also, we see that, not everyone, though we are living together from 20 years, 30 years, they don't open up their heart with us because we have never given them that space. We thought like we gave the space, but they have not experienced that. So whenever they experience that, okay, I can share with this person, then they will definitely share. So today you can see, like, when you practice spirituality, when you practice Krishna consciousness, you become more and more understanding, and you will see person not as a problem but a person who has problem. So you see the person and his problem separately. So when you start seeing this in this way, the other person will experience it because our language tonality will be different when we are dealing with that person. So only after that he will open up, why I'm going there. Most of the people don't open up because they know that if I open up, then maybe I have to give up this friendship or give up this relationship. And if I give up this, what else I have in my life? So they have a fear. That is why they don't open up. So we have to comfort them. We have to assure that they can share. And this is a process.
Very beautifully explained, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. So any other question before we go to the next point?
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes.
Prabhuji, the quote, I didn't understand what exactly it meant.
Okay,
You
right.
have the average of 5, and with whom you spend the most of your time. What is the time
Yeah.
spending of time?
So if you are, let us say, in a whole day, okay, if you are spending your time in temple, okay, with 4 5 devotees all the time, every week, every month, you are spending time with them, what do you think you will become after 1 year or 2 years?
Usually some of the qualities attributors.
Correct, right? So similarly, if you are hanging out with 5 of your friends who are like cricket lovers, and you are spending only time with them for months together, years together, then over a period of time, even if you don't have interest in cricket, you will become a fan of cricket, doesn't it? So what is happening is, whomever we are hanging out, we are actually spending time, and because of that, we are listening to them, we are sharing related thoughts, and in that way, we will become like them only. So that is why Jim Rohn says, what is your association that will define what person you will become. So you are the average of the 5 people with whom you spend the most of your time. So you will take one quality from one friend, another quality from one friend. So you'll become an average. That is why another quote is also, show me your friends and I will show you your future. So if you are hanging out with somebody who's preparing for IAS, then definitely you will become more responsible, more studious, and certain qualities you will acquire. So similarly, if you are hanging out with people who are jobless, who are irresponsible and all, they will only tell you how to enjoy the life without earning money, without being responsible. So over a period of time, you will also feel like these responsibilities, etc., are waste. We can still enjoy and all. So mentality will change based on our association. So similarly, if we hang out with the devotees, then we will be hearing more about Krishna, more about devotional life. So we will also develop attraction towards Krishna, attraction towards devotional service. So that is why association matters, because we become with whomever what we are, sorry, we become as our association. Does it make any sense, Mataji? You got clarity?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So we'll go to the next part, lack of knowledge. Yeah, can someone read?
Prabhuji, can I?
Yeah, Mataji.
Most of the people who have bad habits knows that they are bad habits. A cigarette pack has written on it injurious to health. Still, how many cares for it? Unfortunately, the magnitude of consequences that they have to face through these bad habits is something they are unaware of. Every action will have a reaction. Every cause will have an effect. This is law of karma and we cannot escape from it. All these either they don't know at all or they don't know properly or they don't want to know at all. Moreover, people will enjoy their bad habits only for some time. Later they don't enjoy but they do it to survive the torture of their own habits. For example, a drug addict takes drug because he cannot live without them. So this condition is that he don't make a choice. He has just become a slave of the drugs. Many want to give up their bad habits and give up bad friends, but they cannot do it because they don't know how to give up and they don't have the capacity to give up on their own. That's why most of the times they try to defend it. We talk anything about their bad habits or bad friends. They take shelter in bad habit and bad friends and don't have the capacity to believe or take up anything shelter by giving up old shelters. Unless someone very highly influential comes or something extraordinary realization happens to them, most of the cases this doesn't happen. Lack of knowledge keeps them in ignorance, and unfortunately, many don't find healers. The more the mostly find judgmental, indifferent, hard-hearted, and less intelligent people. Thus, they continue to suffer in what they have begun. Srila Prabhupada is a healer who treated hippies as victim of intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex, etc. And he knows that without higher taste, they cannot give up. Srila Prabhupada gave Hare Krishna Mahamantra and his compassionate association that all those hippies who joined Krishna consciousness movement were able to give up bad habits, and bad association is in a very quick time. The difference between Srila Prabhupada or any such saintly person and us is that we talk only about diseases and they talk about healing the diseases. We lack compassion and purity to transform someone, and thus we escape by just talking and hurting people and more with a holier than thou attitude.
Yeah. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, very much.
Yeah. So we have
Prabhuji, I
to.
have a question on this point, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji,
Can
please
I
ask.
ask now?
Yes, yes, ask.
Yeah. Prabhuji, like lack of knowledge is like even now, like we are in the process of cleansing ourselves. We ourselves are not like, at least myself, I'm not completely like knowledgeable enough to judge someone and like transform them, right? Like I don't have the right set of knowledge and the compassion as Prabhupada has mentioned, because only great people or great devotees like them will have all that. But I am myself is taking time in the process of making only. So I'm in the process of making, and how can I avoid myself from being judgmental is what I wanted to understand, Prabhuji, because I don't want to get into a quick conclusion about anyone, thereby hurting them more. Already they are in the in a different position, and only if I could help them I should open my mouth, otherwise I should keep myself away, right? But that
Correct.
is not happening in some cases, so immediately we become paramahamsa and we just go and advise someone. And that attitude, how should I stop, is what I wanted to know. I know it is kind of little
Yeah.
like contrast to the question here, but I literally don't want to go and spoil someone's thing in the
Mm.
name of transformation, Prabhuji. Like
Yeah.
I can tell them
Correct.
politely if I really want them, my intention is good, I can tell them politely, but not too much of explanation such a way that they get pissed off with me. Like I don't want to do that, Prabhuji.
Correct.
How to stop myself in that case?
See,
Please,
basically,
Prabhuji.
whenever we see someone suffering or we see someone doing something which we don't want or something which is against our intentions, then we will become or we will automatically take up the post of a teacher,
Ah,
ruler, dictator, or a spiritual master. We take up that role automatically, okay? So we just suddenly incarnate as a spiritual master for them. So to avoid this, we have to ask three questions to ourselves. Okay. First thing is, do I have enough knowledge to transform him? Okay. And second is, am I the person who is suitable to transform him? That means, is he in a position or is our relationship is so much that I can tell and he can listen? And the third thing
okay.
is it the right time to tell him? Okay, maybe he's not in a proper mood to receive. Maybe he's the person whom we can talk, but not now. Okay, so these three questions, if we ask before we open our mouth, then based on our answers, we can take proper judgment. Okay, whether to talk now or what to talk, or whether to talk or not, or we can decide maybe this is not my case. Because sometimes, even when I counsel some people, I get some of the problems which I cannot handle. So I have to tell them like, this is beyond my control. This is beyond my thing. You have to deal on your own. Okay. So some things we can help out, and some things we have to accept that, yes, we are not the perfect person to deal this problem, and we have to give up. So that is called as humility. So what humility says is, what I know, I know. Okay. So it is not that I will keep on speaking whatever I don't know or whatever I'm not implementing, and I still expect the other person to change. No. As I have so many bad habits, bad thoughts, bad intentions, I'm not purified. Similarly, that person also have some things. As I am struggling to clear out my own things, cleansing out my things, he's also struggling. Maybe some of the things he's struggling, I have cleansed out, but I still have so many things. Let us say someone is very easily giving up onion and garlic. Okay. But someone is not able to give up his anger. Okay. So if we are comparing about what is easy for us with the other person's habit, then we will become judgmental. Hey, I have given up so easily. Why you are struggling and all? We will talk like that, in that attitude. But if we are comparing with something which is very difficult to give up, with that other person's habit, let us say someone is not able to give up smoking, and we are not able to give up onion and garlic. So we have to compare in that way how much struggle it is there. And when someone comes and tell you, Kritika, why you are still eating onion garlic, don't you know this, you should not eat. How many times I should tell you? How many times Prabhupada told? How many times you have read the book? How many times the devotees told? Why you are not giving up? So you also want to give up. Okay. But you are struggling. So when someone comes and tell you, you want them to understand and guide you rather than criticizing, isn't it? So similarly, the way you are feeling that someone else should come and talk to me, we have to become that same person to go and talk to that other person. So when we are aware of this, this cannot happen on a real time basis. Like when the person is in front of us, he is doing something, we cannot have this. We have to practice this before. Okay, before or after the situation. Then
Yes,
over a
Prabhuji, that
period of
impulse immediately comes out to say something, but I just
correct.
forcefully stop myself. But
Mm,
internally, those things are going inside me. I should tell this to them. I should tell this. But
correct.
I just forcefully stop it because I don't want to talk unless and until it is like going to make some difference for them, right? So
Yeah,
that's what. Is
correct.
that okay to practice like that, Prabhuji? Like forcefully stopping myself and then
Force.
slowly calming inside. Like
Yeah.
forcefully
See,
in sense like
forcefully, better you do it intelligently.
I just step out from that place so that I
Yeah.
forget that situation. I forget what had
Yeah. But
happened.
but don't run away from that thing. Okay. So there is a difference when we are avoiding forcefully and when we are avoiding intelligently. We are
Okay.
avoiding forcefully because we cannot do anything. Okay. And avoiding intelligently means we don't want to do anything as of now.
Huh.
Okay.
Just to keep myself calm, like not
Yeah,
again.
calm myself, and maybe right time, let the right time come, and I'll try to make difference. But as of now, I choose
Huh.
to step back.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji. That's a
It
hard
is.
one.
Yeah.
Nice,
So
Prabhuji.
this comes with the practice and experience, because when we see, when we don't have compassion for other people, this habit will be very prevailing, the judgmental attitude. But when we have compassion for others, we will try to understand, okay, why he is doing like that, why he has to shout on me, why he has to do like that, is there anything lacking from my end? So first you think about yourself, is there any wrong from your side, or is there
Hmm.
anything which is lacking from your end to give them something? Then you can go slowly. So this is a whole process which might be, it might take years together to develop this habit. Okay. It doesn't mean that today 20 minutes class we have done and tomorrow you are a different person. No.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a process.
Thank
Okay.
you, Prabhuji. Got it clarified.
Yeah.
Hare
Haribol.
Krishna.
So we
Prabhu,
have to become healers. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
I have a point.
Yes,
Like,
Mataji.
these points, like we want to change a person or we want to say anything. Sometimes it is intolerable. We can't tolerate certain bad things which we are seeing. We can't keep quiet. What Kritika
Hmm.
said is right.
Hmm.
But sometimes, here,
Hmm.
mostly the blood related persons don't listen.
Hmm.
But
Correct.
outsiders, very quickly they grasp.
Yeah.
What may be the reason? Like I am a teacher, I was a
Correct.
teacher. So my students, my lecturers, my ayah, so they made me like a goddess for simple things also. For simple things, I should say. Very simple things.
Correct.
But the same thing when it is not working in the blood relation. Let it be my father, my mother, my husband or my daughter, my son, whoever it is.
Correct.
At home, it doesn't work.
Mm.
What may be the reason why, like,
Yeah.
same
I
thing,
know.
same working it will
Same
be.
things. Correct.
Yeah. So
So
we should be very quiet. And inside, what Kritika said, simply we will think that really, personally, I am a failure. Only professionally, I am a master. Like that, we have to think.
yeah. So I'll try to answer this.
And
So
one more thing, like
yeah.
6 నెలలు సావాసం చేస్తే వారు వారు అవుతారని అంటారు కదా.
Correct. Correct.
But the family members, how long years also, I don't think we will take up. We will take only bad things, maybe by keeping quiet.
Yeah. So there are two things, Mataji. You have asked two questions. One is
Yes.
why our close people doesn't take our points, whereas others can take easily. And
Yes.
second is even we stay for together for a long time, still there are no exchange of good qualities. Only
Yes.
bad things we talk about it.
Yes. Yes.
So one thing we have to understand is there is a saying in Hindi that even in Telugu, a similar saying is there that "Ghar ki murgi dal barabar."
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
the pakke in Telugu we say pakkinti pulla కూర అయినా సరే టేస్టీగా ఉంటది.
బాగుంటది. Even my son is a doctor. So in family members, they don't listen to him or something. He's an orthopedic surgeon actually. But later, when they refer to 3-4 doctors, senior doctors, finally they will come to him. So then I thought, dal gar ki murgi dal barabar.
Correct, Mataji. I am also a counselor, Mataji, but my family doesn't take mental health counseling from me.
Good. Good to hear.
So actually what happens is, even this is the case with Brajavasis also, where they don't consider Krishna as the supreme god. So if Krishna says something, then they will just take it jokingly.
Overlook it. Okay.
Yeah, and then Acharya says that only to tell Bhagavad Gita, he has to go out of Vrindavan, because in Vrindavan, no one will listen, no?
Okay. Like Prabhupada also, he left to other place.
America. Correct.
Okay. Yes.
Then actually what happens is, first thing is, it is not so literal. Okay. That means our family members will also listen if we become more intelligent, or if we take up the ways which can be very much comforting them and very much inquisitive. Like, sometimes we use the same rotten method all the time to change people. And when there is no newness, when they become so familiar about our words and our ways, then it becomes very difficult to change. It's like when you take a same medicine for a long time, it stops working on your body.
Yes.
Right. So similarly, the family members, like it is also being said, familiarity breeds contempt. So the more and more familiar we become, the listening capacity will go down. Because even if I say you start staying with me for 6 months, you will not listen to me, because you become familiar with me. You will not only see the positives, you'll start seeing the negative things also. Arey, Sriharsh ka ye bhi habit hai, ye bhi bad hai, ye bhi bad hai, and all. And what will happen is, mind is very expert in finding out bad habits. Okay, it doesn't count the good qualities. So when we stay with our blood relations and all people, so we become so absorbed in their negative things and the things which they have not done properly over a period of time, we forget that they have some good qualities. And that is why we stop appreciating people. We only talk about what is wrong. How many times we are appreciating our people? How many times we are appreciating what they are doing good? That is also to be considered. We always have a complaint, ye sunta hi nahi hai, ye sunta hi nahi hai. But how many times have we appreciated genuinely, heart touchingly? So that also we have to see. And second thing is, even if we take the outsiders who are like listening to us, so somewhere they have come to a stage where they want someone to listen, and we become that person who listen, and that is where the connection will happen. Okay. So it is not that everyone outsider will listen to us. Only few outsiders will listen to us. Okay. You being teacher, maybe your ayah and all they have seen you in a proper dimension, and you have responded, reciprocated with them. because sometimes they compare, like, I have seen that teacher, she is not good, but this teacher she is good, she listens, she accepts, the other teacher has some attitude and all. So somewhere they have done some analysis, and in their analysis we become very nice. That is why they will listen to us more quickly and then other people. So in this way we can have these differences. So I think 2 questions you asked, you got the answer, Mataji?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, and this lack of knowledge, actually law of karma plays a very important role. So when we actually utilize our body unnecessarily in the bad things, we will not get the proper body in the next life. So this is knowledge. So when we have this knowledge, we try to restrict our habits. And when we talk about most people who have bad habits, they have only one life perspective. That means the end of the body is the end of life. They don't know that there will be next life. We have to carry all this karma to next and all. So that is why they actually keep doing it. And some people, even if you tell them, they don't want to listen to us, because if they have to listen, they have to give up their habits. So their attachment to habits is so much that they don't want to receive this knowledge. That is why some people know they give up spirituality, because once we become spiritual, we have to see so much of negativity about ourselves only. Okay, how bad we are, how ruthless, emotionless, how lusty we are, how anger, how much envious we are. So many bad things we will discover about ourselves only. So it is like one Prabhuji gave an example. When you are cleaning up a house which is being closed from last 10 years, 20 years, what will happen? You just do one broomstick, one stroke, so much of dust will actually go to air, and that will go into your mouth. You will start sneezing, you will start coughing, and you will feel like, chalo jhadu chodo, I don't want to clean this. Itna ganda hai, I am not expected. It's better I stay away from this house rather than cleaning this. So similarly, so much of negativity we come close to our eyes, that itna bura hu kya main, itna matlab, how much I have done injustice to Krishna, how much I have taken, I have not given him enough time, I have not given him enough respect, I have not given him enough time, I have not given him enough attention. So that is why
Prabhuji, you are mute.
I guess Prabhuji is having some internet slowness, I guess.
The video got stuck, no?
Some internet issue, I guess, Mataji.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's check.
Better we will all read the question and come next time onwards. Answer and question.
Can everyone hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Some bad connection. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share. And next is what?
Point.
The next point. Okay, I'll share the screen. Okay, lower vibration. Can someone read?
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I?
Yeah, Sureshwar Behra Prabhu, please read.
Lower vibration. Some of us live in higher vibration for past pious credits or due to some sanskaras that being coming from past lives or from upbringing, etc. So when bad people or bad habits comes close to us, we will find aversion. We know it is not good at all. And we do gain strength to say no to them even if we have no friends. However, we all have some bad habits, but they may not be too grosser than they can catch society's eye, and neither they create
Society's eyes. Yeah.
yes, society eyes, and either then neither they create any havoc in life. Being alone, we feel a better option than getting associated with bad people. And over a period of time, we will find some good friends and we save ourselves from many bad things. People who comes under influence of bad things are those whose consciousness operates in a low vibration. Negative thoughts, low self-esteem, poverty, intolerable loneliness, traumatic experience, helplessness, etc. keeps a person's consciousness in lower vibration. Our karma definitely has a role to be situated in such state, but we will still can make choice, just like how Hafiz made a choice to join Krishna consciousness. If one can use, Prabhuji,
Yeah.
if one can use his free will to choose a realm of higher vibration, such as chanting and reading Bhagavad Gita and joining Kirtan, etc., then it will be one solution for all problems. But many lacks in using their free will in that way, and many does not get any such opportunity itself. That is why our preaching is very essential. If we boil down every problem of our life, then we will find only one reason. We need Krishna and we do not have him, whether we know it or not, believe it or not. That is truth. Why we are lonely? Because we do not know to befriend Krishna and how to remain in his association. Why we lack knowledge? Because we trying to live and enjoy without Krishna, and thus we fall prey to Maya, and suffering due to ignorance continues. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, this also there.
Why we are at low vibration? Because we think pleasure is a matter that we long for petty power and pleasures. When we do not get them, we are frustrated, and when we get them, we do not get satisfied and do more nonsense to get more. Thus, we become so busy and we forget to see anything beyond the matter or material. Krishna can uplift and take our consciousness to such a high vibration that nothing bad can touch us. We do not feel the need of finding pleasure in matter. So, if we want to remain unaffected, we should follow A, B, C, D of Krishna consciousness. The only we can maintain our sanctity. We may have to get associated with different kinds of people, that is good or bad, due to our job or other duties, but we will not have change of desires or adoption of habits or lifestyle in their association. So this is L3, that is loneliness, lack of knowledge, and lower vibration. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, understood, or any questions in that?
For previous lack of knowledge, I have to tell some a sloka like that.
Yeah, tell me.
Swadesh jatasya narasya nyunam gunadhikeyapi bhavet abhagya nijangana jadyapi ruparasi tathapi narah paradara sakta.
What does it mean, Prabhu?
When our native is having much more knowledge, we do ignore it. And we are giving importance to some other. And even a spouse means a wife of anybody is more beautiful, longing for other like that, other women like that.
Correct. Hare Krishna. So any question, or can someone tell what you understood about the slow vibration? It is a little philosophical. Yeah, Lata Mataji, you want to share what you understood of the slower vibration, or you have a question? Lata Mataji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my question is, it
Hmm.
is question being asked why we are at low vibration. We
Hmm.
don't have any bad habits like that, but the person we are trying to change.
Hmm.
So, what I feel is that we need more mentally, we need to be very strong enough to
Hmm.
change a particular person,
Correct.
because many times we don't know how he reacts,
Hmm.
even though it's going to be a friend or relatives.
Correct.
So that part has to be a little more clarity is required, I felt. How
Hmm.
to deal with such kind of persons, because sometimes emotional attachment also plays a role. So sometimes the feedback
Yes.
can hurt us
Hmm.
in our process of changing the persons, right?
Correct.
So
So how to handle that
that
situation?
emotional attachment, that
Correct.
has to be, that should not be prioritized, but at the same time, you have to handle the person. So how
Yeah.
is that possible? That is not.
So this is what we have to do. If we want to remain unaffected, we should follow ABCD of Krishna consciousness. That is association of devotees, reading Srila Prabhupada books, chanting Hare Krishna, and having proper diet. That is what we are hearing, what we are eating, what we are seeing, what we are experiencing. That has to have proper discernment. We should not let anything and everything get into us. So we all want to handle the people. We all want to handle difficult situations. We all want to make ourselves better. We all want our people to become better. We all want to become good devotees. We want our people to become devotees. But what is problem is how much we are working on ourselves. Okay, so when we work on ourselves, we become better, because so many things actually cannot be dealt in a straightforward way. That means there cannot be one answer for one question. How to deal with this particular person may have different answers. Okay. So when we read Srila Prabhupada books, when we chant, when we associate with devotees, then what will happen is our knowledge or the our perspective will become more broader. Okay. So we will see the things, okay, if this is the case, we might use this knowledge in this way, we might use these words in this way, we might use this verse in this way, we might use this knowledge in this way. So our resources will become more. So in the last Sunday, I spoke about how Hanumanji was resourceful, where obstacle came of Simhika, who was actually wanted to eat him. Okay, but he has increased his size, but suddenly he has become small and he has entered her mouth and he has come out. So what he done is, rather than fighting with that, he had the resourceful thinking, like, I have to satisfy her by going into her mouth. So how can I do it? I can become small and I can do that. So here Hanumanji has not got this solution just like that. He has enormous knowledge. He been studying and practicing Krishna consciousness, that is being God consciousness. He is always chanting Ram. So through that his intelligence got developed and he started handling the situations properly. So similarly, we have difficult people, okay, in our life. Due to our past karma, we get some people as our husband, some people as our son, some people as our parents, some people as our in-laws, some people as our colleagues, etc. So every person who has come into our life is wanted to teach something. And if we learn that lesson, then that karmic bonding will go off. If we don't learn that lesson and if we just cribbing onto people, then what will happen is that relationship will continue in the next life also. So when we are dealing with difficult people in our life, we should know from where this difficulty is coming. Is it coming because of me, or is it coming only because of that person? And what else I have tried till now, and what else or what something new I can try, or is it worth trying, or is it worth stopping trying? That means, can I have to involve in everything to change that person, or I have to just be calm and tolerant for some time? Maybe he will change he will change on himself, or someone else might have the responsibility to change that person. So there can be different options which we have to look for, because when we are living with one person, even like, we are living with all ourselves from last whatever your age, 20, 30, 40 years. We don't know who we are, right? Can I ask you all simple question and can you answer this? Can I ask one question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Do you know every time what will be your reaction for something?
No.
No,
No.
Have you ever
Prabhuji.
After
felt like,
reacting only we'll know.
yeah, exactly, right? So some people who are intelligent, they know what to react and what they are. And some people know who they are after reacting. Okay. So what is happening is we don't know ourselves properly. And we are trying to change others by thinking they are like this. So I have to change them like this. So what is happening is we are missing the first part, that is knowing that person. We think like we are staying with that person. He is in our family from 20 years, 30 years. I know this person. That is what we think. Okay. But actually, the first principle which I always use in talking to anyone is that I accept that I don't know this person completely. Okay. Then only it gives me an opportunity to understand. If I go with an attitude like, हाँ मेरे को पता है इसके बारे में, he will tell this, he will react like this, etc., then what will happen is there is no scope of understanding. There is only judgment. Okay, so you should tell yourself, okay, I don't know this person completely. Maybe I have not understood his problem completely. So let me put some effort in understanding. And then you will see the results will be miraculous because it doesn't need much time to explain or talk about long hours to solve someone's problem. Sometimes if you listen to them for a few minutes, they themselves can solve their problem. So you are understanding where I am leading this answer, Mataji, or I'm going in a different direction. You ask something, I'm telling something.
No, 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 it's correct.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whoever is there in your family or in your close people whom you want to change or whom you feel has to change, so try to become more understanding. May you just implement this L3. Maybe they are lonely, or maybe they are not having proper knowledge, or maybe because of their karma or because of their association, they are not able to cope up so many things. So can I be a helping hand for them? In that way, you should try. If you are feeling like I cannot be that helping hand, I cannot be that healer, better you stay away. Though he is a family person, you give them time. Maybe it's not their time or it's not you, the right person who has to talk. Sometimes we make things worse by involving ourselves. Okay. If we stay, then maybe the things would be better. But sometimes we involve and make things worse, thinking that, he's my family member. I have
Yeah,
some
it's always a
responsibility.
may or may not situation only.
Yeah, right. So it
Yeah.
comes very personal, Mataji. Maybe I can only understand what my family member is because I am staying for a long time. And similarly, you can only understand what has to be done because you are staying with them long term. And whatever you're gonna do after that consequences, you both have to share, no? So you can make proper judgment and proper understanding by acquiring your knowledge. Okay,
True.
so
True. Thank
Prabhuji,
you.
how the karma plays a role in this? There you have added a point there.
yeah, because if let us say we have done so many bad things in our past life, then our intelligence will be very weak. Okay, and our knowledge to discern what is good, what is wrong will be very weak. Because of that, even someone tries to tell us something, we will not be able to get it. Like the brain size, the amount of intelligence, all will be reduced. Imagine in the past life, you have utilized your intelligence to do something wrong. Then what nature will do is, since I have given you something, you have not done good use of it, so I will take away that. Okay. Similarly, if you let us say, I'll ask you a simple question. If your child is misusing the money that is giving you, that is the money that you are giving to him, what you will do?
Will not give the money.
Correct. So similarly, nature will keep giving whatever is necessary, but if we are misusing it, it will be taken away. So because of that, some people cannot get it, or some people cannot have good association. Some people cannot understand good knowledge. उनको पता ही नहीं चलता, मतलब they cannot get this head. मतलब क्या बोल रहे हो तुम? ये बॉडी में सोल है, मैं सोल हूँ. How can it possible? जो दिखता नहीं है वो मैं कैसे मान लूँ? So the gross thinking will be there. These all soul, Krishna consciousness, this all things we are able to understand because our Ajna chakra is very strong. So Ajna Chakra actually gives us the intelligence to understand subtler things. Even if it is abstract knowledge, something is not in front of us, still we will able to believe it. So some people's body will not be in a proper format of energy body. Because of that, they cannot understand this abstract or subtle things. So karma plays a role in that.
Okay.
Was it too
Daily
philosophical?
once in a one daily once, my mind will say not to practice Krishna conscious. Daily once it will tell me.
Oh,
In
only
spite of
once.
doing everything,
Only once. That
once.
is surprising. My mind tells 22 hours. Okay.
Alone,
You
but
might ask, what about the other 2 hours? The other 2 hours, I don't know whether mind was telling what mind is telling. So you can say 24 hours, my mind will be telling not to practice Krishna consciousness. But I have to tell him, like, I have listened to you from last 35 years. So what you have given me, I know. So I don't want to listen to you anymore. So we'll try. So sorry, yeah, I interrupted your question, Seema Mataji. Please tell.
no, question is done, Pooji. I just have a doubt about the karma only.
Yeah, okay, done.
So,
Yeah,
Prabhu,
yeah,
one
Geeta
more
Mataji.
last question. I wake up in the morning to do my japas,
Mm-hmm.
and every day I do 16 rounds.
Good.
But when the days when the Prabhujis tell me, yeah, you have to do 16 rounds today, you make it a point. The next day I go only to 8 rounds.
Hmm.
No, I can never go more than 8 rounds. And the next day again, Prabhuji said, Vaikuntha Ekadashi is coming, so you have to do 32 rounds. Okay. The next day after Vaikuntha Ekadashi, I'm doing only 4 rounds.
Hmm.
Why is my mind like, it just pulls me, go and sleep enough. It's so chill here in Bangalore. It's very chill.
Correct.
And, they say, no, you go and sleep. No, you're not going to, gain anything from doing this. So some mind, the dirty mind is there always. So
Yeah.
why does that happen? When people tell me to do the more number of rounds, I'm not able to do. But I'll be so enthusiastic. I'll say, yes, I have to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, Krishna is going to be with me. But the next day, it's a utter flop. Why
Hmm.
is that, Prabhu?
So you are doing mood-based chanting, Mataji, not committed chanting. So
Yes, I
commitment.
understand.
Commitment means I have to chant 16 rounds. So I will chant 16 rounds. Whether someone will say it, someone will like it, someone will appreciate or not, I will do it because I'm not doing for anyone. I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for Krishna.
Yes.
So that's it. So
That's the
no
thought
other
I
thing.
have every day, Prabhuji. But why did this Maya take me like telling that, no,
You
don't
have
do
a thought, Mataji, but you don't have a strong thought. Okay, so it's like we have hands. Okay, all we have hands, but our hands are not strong enough to lift 100 kgs. Okay, and
Mm.
Maya is like 1 lakh kgs.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
how we can lift 1 lakh kgs with this simple normal
Thing
hands?
is, I'm so grown up and I still don't have the determination of doing it. Why is this mind
No,
so
no,
broken?
don't get into this topic of grown up thing. We are not at all grown up. Okay, we are just grown by some body and some mind, but we are not grown up in spiritually.
Yes,
Okay, you might be very good at so
yes,
many
yes.
other things, Mataji. Okay, so don't get into this discussion of whether I'm grown up and still I'm not having commitment, etc. Because spirituality has a different ball game. Even some children who are 5 years, they can be amazing, and people who are 60 years, they can be also dull-headed in spirituality. So it's a different ball game. No, there is no point of age. Okay, so you tell to
Yes,
yourself,
thank you, sir.
I'm committed to do it, and I'll try to do it. Okay, when
Yes,
you fail,
Prabhu, yes.
when you fail, you think about it. What has made you fail? Okay, so and then gradually you will improve.
So after that, the whole day I'll be chanting simply like throughout the day I'll be chanting Krishna.
Yeah,
I did this mistake of not chanting in the morning, so
hmm.
I have to do it. And so whenever I'm free, I keep chanting.
Nice. So
So
that's what. So one day I'm able to chant, one day I'm not able to chant. What is happening? You
yeah,
try to analyze it. Okay.
yeah.
As a case, let us say I'm coming to you, Geeta Mataji, I have this problem. I'm able to chant one day fully, but one day I'm not able to chant. Then how you will deal this problem? You'll ask, nah, what is happening? What is your schedule? What are your thoughts and all? So how we deal a third person We should deal ourselves also as a third person. Then only we can solve problems.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Prabhuji.
so this
Yes.
way we can go out of our emotions, beyond our emotions.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thank
Hare
Hare
Krishna. So some questions are there in the chat which I missed. Okay, I'll just read out. I have a bad throat, can't speak, but I have question, but I can't. Akshila Mataji, Prabhuji, how to change bad habits to close relation? I think I have told a few things about it. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, in front of whom a Krishna conscious person open its heart. Being KC person, we help others to open up their heart in front of us. What about us? Pooja Mataji is there in the meeting. Who asked? Pooja
Yes,
Mataji,
Prabhuji.
yeah,
Hare
please
Krishna. Prabhuji.
can you ask this question? I could not understand this, what you wrote.
So, Prabhuji, when you're explaining first part, like first L,
Hmm.
you said we should help. I mean, those who are in a bad situation, don't trust easily, right?
Hmm.
So we have to give them comfort so that they can open their heart in front of us.
Correct.
But what
Hmm.
my question is, suppose I'm a Krishna conscious person,
Hmm.
even I also have some kind of problem,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So whom it is very difficult to trust others, right?
Correct. Hmm.
Though I'm okay, I'll understand, but still, so
Hmm.
whom in front, where I can go and I can tell, because it's not possible that other person also give same comfort, or I
Correct.
can trust that person. So where I should go?
You can experiment, Mataji. Like now you are listening to different teachers, let us say me, Govardhan Prabhu, Raghunath Puridas Prabhu, or you might be in touch with some senior Vaishnavas whom you are taking guidance or whom you have any interaction. So, or any other devotees who is senior than you. So you can test, like, by sharing some little thing which is not risky, how they are responding, and based on that you can make your judgment with whom I can share, with whom I should not, and all. Because though we are all say that we are in Krishna consciousness, there is no guarantee that we are Krishna conscious always. We might have our own limitations, our own anarthas and all. So because of that, maybe we'll not be the person where others can come and open their heart. So you can experiment. Maybe you can try sharing some little thing. Okay, don't share everything, but some little thing, and see how they are responding to you. Based on that, you decide whether to share something more next time or not. Like this, you have to identify. This is a research which all of us have to do. Maybe after doing some testing hundreds of people, we might get one person with whom we can
But
share open
yeah,
heart.
but what I realized, Prabhuji, like
Mm,
uh, it's I even see, even discussing, see if I have a problem, like earlier, I even now also I have this problem, like due to I don't know why this is happening
mm,
this year. Like my health is going very bad, my immunity is very bad, so in every 15-20 days I'm getting like a health
mm,
problem, some kind of.
correct.
So because of that, lack of chanting is there. So I
Mm,
was talking to one of my Siksha guru, and like
mm,
I was, so then he's also giving me some, like, okay, you can try this, that. But
mm,
then one day I was see, people can give you the ways, but you are the one, you have to do it,
mm,
right? So
mm.
if you'll go and complain to, if I'll say, if I have a problem, I'll tell you, and other and other and I'll just, my concentration is only in, like, whom should I share, whom should I share.
Mm.
But I won't get, until unless I do something, I won't get any result, right?
Yeah, but
So
how
now what?
you will know that what you have to do?
Yeah, so um, that's that's the conflict, or that's the problem I'm like, sometimes I face.
It's it's okay. Like even sometimes we feel like I'm not doing anything. So how can I ask someone? And even if someone says something, how can I implement that? So such kind of conflicts will be there with us. But if you are stuck with the same problem for a very long time, then that means you on your own cannot handle it. You need some support from outside. Whether you are able to implement that person's suggestions or not, that is a different issue. Maybe by
Mm.
talking to that person, you get a clarity where you are wrong. and you can maybe without his help also you can do it in the further process, but at least to discover certain things. See, there is something called as, okay, there is a concept that is, I know that I know that I know. Okay,
Yeah.
that is one area.
Mm.
Second area is, I know that I don't know. Okay, so what is
Mhm.
first area? I know that I know. Like,
Yeah.
you know how to drive a car and how to cook. Okay, you know it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there is some another area, I know that I don't know.
Yeah.
That, okay, I don't know how to drive a plane. I don't know how to take Srimad Bhagavatam class or whatever it may be. So this is
Yeah.
clear. But there is one area, I don't know that I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is called as blind spot. And this blind spot, only other person can identify for us. We on ourselves cannot identify. So that is why we need a coach, we need a mentor, we need a guru.
Yeah. Okay,
So
Prabhuji.
you be better talk to someone whom you can think you are comfortable with. And yeah, what else you are losing? However, you know what you have gained from last so many days being stuck with the same problem. So what else you will lose? Nothing. So you just give a try.
Yeah. And one more question, Prabhuji,
Hmm.
just like you said, um, association is very much important. But
Correct.
nowadays, we most of like I can say in every family,
Hmm.
okay, leave it about the friend circle. Now in the family
Hmm.
only one person is Krishna conscious, and
Hmm.
others are like they are like in their normal material nature,
Correct.
right?
Hmm.
So if like Mataji was saying, like other people they understand us very easily, but our family member they won't understand. So
Correct.
it happened to, I think, in a beginner, like those who are a new devotee,
Hmm.
in family one become they start Krishna consciousness, others they do some kind of spiritual thing, but they are not in that much level or
Hmm.
whatever. So what happen is other people they'll treat you like, oh, she knows everything, oh, she's so this and that. But in our family will become okay, if say like if we are doing this, then what about this thing, then what about the other spiritual thing, is that wrong? Okay, if we'll chant, then who will, only if we'll chant every other thing will happen by themselves,
Hmm.
right? We
Hmm.
have to do it, right? Only chanting won't make difference.
Correct.
So these are the questions people ask, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
How to deal with those things. And one more thing, if we'll stop association with others, then where we should go, right? Like in a
Hmm.
family, if we'll stop, okay, this people is not, and okay, I won't talk to them, okay, then I'll become alone, lonely. Where should I go then? So
So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything more you want to ask?
no, this is the thing, Prabhuji.
Yeah. See, each one of us are like, 99% of the people will have this issue that they are the only person in Krishna consciousness, and others are not Krishna conscious. Okay. So if every family has their all the association which is Krishna conscious, where is an opportunity to grow? So I feel like when you are the only person in the family who are Krishna conscious, then you have maximum scope to improve in Krishna consciousness. And even a little effort that you do will get big marks. Once Nitai Sevni Mataji was giving a lecture, she told, we will also have a mark sheet in devotional service. So when things are very conducive for devotional service and we are practicing devotional service, then we will get 5 marks. And if things are not conducive, everyone is not Krishna conscious, things are very difficult, and still if we are practicing Krishna consciousness, then you will get 10 marks. For even little practice, you will get 10 marks. Why? Because Krishna knows that it is not conducive, and still this devotee is trying to practice. So I'll give him more marks. So whatever situation we are in, that can be taken as a very positive situation. Okay. And second thing you asked, like only by chanting what will happen, you have to do other things and all. So people will say, so this people will say when we neglect our Swadharma and focus only on Sanatana Dharma. That is, we stop playing all the other roles that we have, and we start playing only a role of devotee. like, chanting or practicing spiritual life. So when we do like this, people will say. But if we are managing both the things, then no one will question. Okay. If we are doing our works, we are playing our role as a mother, as a sister, as a wife, as a proper society person, as a proper teacher, whatever role we are into in our material life. If we are playing that role properly, and still we are practicing spiritual life, then no one can question. And even someone questions, we need not answer, because we are already doing what is supposed to be done. Okay. And changing the other person to be Krishna conscious, or having association, like stopping talking to everyone. So I don't say that you stop talking or stop associating. If you are stop talking, then you can never make anyone Krishna conscious. You should know what to speak. See, today I meet many other people, my relatives, when I go to different family functions and all. So there I will see, if someone is receptive, I will talk Krishna consciousness. If someone is not receptive, I will talk about current affairs, like what is happening. Okay, how you are dealing with corona, how's the lockdown is thinking. Okay, how's your job is going on, how's your children, how's that school. So there are so many things which may not be devotional, but which are actually not anti-devotional also. Okay, so there are three things. One is devotional things, one is anti-devotional things, and the third is non-devotional things, or a neutral things. So we can talk about neutral things to people, because if they don't become friends or familiar, or if they don't share anything with us, or if we are not sharing anything with them, then in future how we can share Krishna bhakti with them? Before we connect someone on a spiritual level, we have to serve them as a human being, as a friend, as whatever role we are there. So if they are ready to accept us, accept whatever we are giving, in future they will also accept Krishna consciousness. So it is not that whoever is not Krishna conscious, we have to give up their association, but we have to give up acquiring that bad habits or bad attitudes. That means we are supposed to give spirituality to others, and in that process we should make sure that we are not taking materialism from them. If someone is talking like spiritual life is waste, you should not do it, you should just enjoy, etc., with that person, if he's a very family close relative and all, we cannot cut the relationships, we have to maintain normal relationship. We can talk something else and we maintain that relationship. We are neither asking them to change because of us, and nor we are changing because of them. So you understood what I'm telling, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Got
Yeah.
it, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
मेरे फ्रेंड्स तो जब से कृष्णा कॉन्शियस में आए, पूरे फ्रेंड्स ही छोड़ दिए. मेरी फ्रेंडशिप वो लोग खुद ही छोड़ दिए.
Very nice.
I don't know why. Almost all.
Yeah, मेरे भी छोड़ दिया ना.
All my friends tell
Hmm.
Geeta valiye tani vali, Krishna conscious vali.
Yeah, some people, like I got to know from other friends that I put Krishna status, Srila Prabhupada quotes, no. So some people got a feeling like ye pagal ho gaya. So my problem is I am not mad yet. That is the problem. Some people are mad about Krishna. That is what they are thinking I am, but I am not. I am still materialistic. That is what my problem. So what to
By
do?
their behavior, we'll come to know that they were not our real friends because they haven't understood us well. So we were wasting time since so many years with them.
No, it is not like that. But it is the thing, like whatever choices and decisions we used to make, whatever mentality we used to have, according to that mentality, according to that choices and decisions, they were the correct match. But now we have changed our decisions and choices. That is why they are falling back. So there is no problem. We have not wasted time. But only thing is, like, we been operating on that vibration. That is why we could get those friends. If you would have operated on a higher vibration, you could have got different friends. So nothing wrong, nothing you have wasted. That is a process of life. That's it.
But I got so many friends here in Krishna conscious that I am happy.
Yeah, very nice. We have a larger family now.
Very nice explanation, Prabhuji. We got learned so many things today. Thanks for the session. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna. Yeah, any other question? Shall we close?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Padmavati Mataji.
Like in the status when I put, I got more friends.
Ah.
All the people who left me also, they came back.
Uh-huh.
Putting the pranam symbols, like
Very
I'm very
good.
happy. Yes.
Nice.
All the status from ISKCON temple,
Good.
they are really surprised.
Yeah.
They love it also. Wherever I go, they're asking me every day, are you going to temple? From where you got the pictures?
Yeah,
How you came to this consciousness? Like that, they are asking. So
correct.
it is a positive thing, which I'm very happy.
Very good. So, yeah, actually, one important point which I would like to tell, that don't restrict your consciousness by thinking I have to change my own people. You
No.
have to have a consciousness like whoever are ready to change, I will put my effort to change them, whether
Yes.
he is from my family or not from my family, whether he is my close friend or outsider, whatever it may be. I know that he is a soul, and that soul has to go to Krishna, and I have to gift him the Krishna consciousness. That's what we have to think. In that process we will be peaceful. If we have a filter, like, how many close people I have changed, based on that I will decide whether I'm growing or not, then we will fail miserably. Okay, how many souls I am able to transform, that is what we have to count. Whether those are family or outsiders, it's none of our business. As long as we are concerned, we see them as a soul. In this way we have to go ahead, and we will be happy even if someone is changing, someone is not changing. Because initially I had that thought, I want to make my mother Krishna conscious, I want to make my wife, my child and all, and I was miserable, because they know all my bad habits, they know all that I did in my life. So I am going like now param purushottam thing, then they will not consider, they will say like, we know how badmash you were, how what all you did, now you are talking about philosophy, bhul gaya baki sab. So, and I will feel like a low energy, and I will feel like अरे मैं घर वालों को ही नहीं बदल पाया, बाहर वालों को क्या बदल पाऊंगा. So don't get into that mentality. Those who are destined to change through you will change through you. Those who are not destined, whether they are your family or others family, they'll not change. Okay. And one question came into chat box: how to deal with people who are highly knowledgeable to quit bad habits. So maybe Mataji, if I'm not wrong, you are talking about the doctors.
Both magistrates.
Yeah. So see, at least at your level, you should stop thinking about all these things. Let us not change those highly materially knowledgeable people as of now, because they need a lot of big thing, a lot of purity. So I can give the answer, but I want to give you an answer which will be suitable for your level. So just forget about those. There are so many people, compared to their knowledge, your knowledge is more. So try to preach to those people. It's better. When I studied pranic healing, that time they told, initially you deal small simple cases like cold or cough or fever, etc. Then over a period of time, when you gain confidence, good results, then you go for difficult cases. So similarly, when we are trying anything to learn, we will deal some simple cases initially, then we'll go for difficult cases. So similarly, when we want to preach Krishna consciousness, deal with some simple people who are receptive and all. Then once you gain confidence, knowledge and success, then you go for difficult cases. Now if you go for difficult cases like family members, etc., your enthusiasm, your energy will be sapped out like anything. You yourself will not sustain as a devotee. That can also happen.
We should try with kids first.
No, not kids also. Don't think kids are like small or less knowledgeable. They will never listen to you.
My
Because
kids are okay. They are okay with me.
yeah, so even matlab, category of kids also varies. It is like so many varieties in ice creams, no? Like that in kids also there are so many varieties. Some will listen, some will like, నువ్వెవడు నాకు చెప్పేవాడివి, who are the person, who the hell are you to tell me? That words also children might use. So we should not think ये बच्चा है तो इसको मैं पटा लूंगा. Sometimes, many adults, like I see in my Telugu batch, many Matajis who are above 60, they are so submissive, so following, like, I say something and they'll follow like anything. Then I feel like, okay, they are too older than me. How come they are able to follow? And some people who are very younger to me, they are not able to follow. So age actually doesn't matter. Some people are receptive and some people are not. Okay, fine. So thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, someone was saying something. Yeah, slowly.
సేవ్ చేసేది ఇప్పుడు వచ్చావు ముందు ఇప్పుడంతా శ్రీరంగ నీతో చెప్తావు ముందు చేసినవే మర్చిపోయావు అని అడుగుతారు.
కరెక్టే. మీరు చెప్పాలా, ముందు నేను పాలు తాగేదాన్ని, ముందు నేను సెర్లాక్ తినేదాన్ని, ఇప్పుడు అవన్నీ తినట్లేదు కదా. టైంతో పాటు కొన్ని మారుతా ఉంటాయి. ఎన్ని రోజులని ఓన్లీ పాస్ట్ హ్యాబిట్సే గుర్తు చేస్తావు అంటే నేను మారనా? వాల్మీకి కూడా ఒకప్పుడు కిడ్నాపరు, మర్డరరే. ఓకే, ఆయన మారాడు. ఎంతో మంది ఉన్నారు మారినోళ్ళు. అట్లా అందులో నన్ను జమ చేయవా? ఓకే.
డిమోటివేట్ చేస్తారు.
ఆ! ఆ! ఎప్పుడు డిమోటివేట్ చేయడమేనా? ఎప్పుడు అవి నాకు గుర్తులేవా? నువ్వు గుర్తు చేస్తే గాని నాకు గుర్తుకు రావా? నాకు కూడా తెలుసే నేనేం చేసినానో. అయన్నీ పక్కన పెట్టు. అది పాస్ట్ ఈస్ పాస్ట్. నౌ ఐ యామ్ టాకింగ్. ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ రిసెప్టివ్ ఐ విల్ టాక్ అబౌట్ దిస్. ఇఫ్ నాట్, లెట్ us not talk about past also. So if someone tells me about my past failures, no, then I will say him, how already I am going through a lot of struggle to forget them. Why you are coming again and telling that also, that only? దానివల్ల నాకేమైనా లాభమా, నీకేమైనా లాభమా? దేని గురించి లాభం ఉందో దాని గురించి మాట్లాడదాం. Why you want to dig my past? Everyone have done some mistakes. Some of us got bad consequences. Some of us got escaped. But that doesn't mean that you are like koi bhi doodh ka dhula nahi hai, right? No one is pure like a milk. Like, there is no spot in your character. We all have our bad qualities. We all have done bad things. आज नहीं तो कल कुछ ना कुछ तो करेंगे ही हम bad, right? Just because I have a bad history, you cannot just poke me every time about that. So there is a saying that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. So you remember this and tell them, whoever tell you about your past mistakes. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for everyone for joining and enthusiastically participating on this weekday. So weekends it is might be some easy, but weekends also you are attending. I'm very happy for all your questions, and I'm happy to continue all these sessions. And I pray for all of you. You also pray for me that we can have this journey like this, inquisitively, enthusiastically. Thank you so much. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam to all.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Good night. See you on Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat pranam. Thank you, Prabhu. See you all on Saturday. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. And Pranam.
Dandavat.
Dandavat pranam.